Well, hello and welcome, everybody. I'm so happy you're here today. We have an incredible show for you today. I have a very special guest calling in from Tokyo today. You won't want to miss this show. You know, this Voices of Courage broadcast has been broadcast now in 185 countries. And why is that? Why is it so popular? Well, people are done with being mediocre, right? They're ready to step into their power. They're ready to create more wealth, more joy, more happiness in all areas of their life. And they're looking for guidance and wisdom, their inner wisdom, to be able to transcend those limitations that they've had over the years. You know, we don't have to live in places of lack and limitation. We don't have to live in poor relationships. We don't have to live in jobs that are not supportive to ourselves. What we can live is finding our own inner truth, you know, and finding out once you know who you are, it's amazing. You can start to step in and do things you've never done before. All right, listen, you're going to love this show. We're going to be talking all about money today. In fact, I've named the show The Courage to Create Wealth and Happiness in Your Life, because I have the happiness expert in the world who's also an expert on money on the show. We'll be right back. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to have my special guest. All right, stay tuned.
Hi, JJ is back because this is important. Do you know if your Medicare Advantage plan benefits are changing this year? Are your costs and copays going up? Is your doctor still covered? During the annual enrollment period, you can call to find out all the changes to your coverage. Plus, see if you're eligible for a plan with the benefit that adds money back to your Social Security check every month. AEP has a deadline, so don't delay. Call now.
I called to find a plan with lower copays and more dental coverage.
I called to see if my zip code has a plan with the benefit that adds money back to my Social Security check.
I called to make sure my doctors are still in my plan.
Extra benefits, extra money. Dynamite! AEP has a deadline, so don't delay. Call now.
Call 1-800-957-1821. That's 1-800-957-1821 now.
If you or a loved one developed ovarian cancer after using baby powder or talcum powder products, call now to see if you qualify for financial compensation. A major manufacturer of baby and talcum powder products has been found liable for $4.7 billion in damages because they knowingly sold products containing cancer-causing asbestos. There may be time deadlines, so don't wait. It costs you nothing if you don't win.
Call 800-555-1212.
Imagine this is your money and someone wants to take it from you. Who is it? The IRS. Guess what? They want your money and they can take it, all of it if they want. Remember, they sent you that letter right over here that said, hey, you owe us a bunch of cash and we're going to take it from you right now. So what do? You fight back by letting our team of experts work it out with the IRS so you can keep your money. And hey, we're good at what we do. When you hire us, you get a team of guys on your side that know the IRS laws, and we'll fight really hard to save your money. So if you owe the IRS a ton of cash and you want to keep it, call right now and learn for free how we can help you put it back in your pocket. 5 minutes of your time right now can save you thousands of dollars. And the best part, it's a free call. So please call right now.
I've written a new book. It's called The Courage to Change Everything, Daily Strategies and Wisdom to Unlock Your Genius, your soul, and to transform your life. So it's daily strategies. I wrote this specifically because over the years I've noticed in my own life and in the lives of my clients that, listen, a little inspiration doesn't get it. A little wisdom doesn't get it. A little action doesn't get it. It's daily, dripping on the mind, dripping on those actions, taking specific focused actions towards your dreams and setting specific goals, right? Goals help us to transform the little self into the possibilities that we have in each of us. All of us are given dreams, and if you're sitting there and you're not manifesting that dream, it's just a little bit of you is chipping away every day that's not happening until you finally wake up and say, I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I'm going to connect with something greater than myself, my force, my God, my life, my universe, whatever. I don't care what you call it. You tune into that force, and that's what's going to get you to the next level.
Well, welcome back, everybody. My special guest today is Ken Honda, third time on my show. I'm so glad you're here, Ken. Welcome.
Hello, hello. Thank you. Thank you, Ken, for inviting me. You've invited me 3 times, so I hope you don't hate me for it.
Well, I don't hate anybody, quote unquote. I love you, so that's why you're here. Yeah.
Thank you.
For those of you that don't know Ken Honda, he's a best-selling author. He's a self-development author in Japan. His book sales surpassing 8 million copies since 2001. They made more than that now. His latest book is Happy Money, The Japanese Art of Making Peace with Your Money. And that came out a couple of years ago, but it's still going strong, Ken. I'm so happy that you wrote that book. I think that book has changed the lives of so many people. Yeah.
Thank you. It's out in 50 different countries and in 23 languages now.
That's amazing. That's amazing. You know, I always loved your story of your first book where you gave away, what was 100,000 copies or something like that?
Right, right. So by the time I gave away my free booklet on happiness and money, a publisher called me and they asked me to write a book. But I said, no way. That booklet, I wrote everything. But the editor said, you know, I was semi-retired at the time for my baby girl. So you're not doing anything. So just sit in front of a computer and then something may pop up. And it did. He was right. Something did pop up. So since then, I've written about 60 books, and there are over 8 million copies sold so far.
Wow. Okay. Ken, where do you find your passion to do this? Where does that come? I mean, we have people listening to you, and they're thinking, I don't have that kind of passion. How does Ken do this? Where did he find this from?
Thank you, Ken. It's a great question. I think it's probably my curiosity. You know, I just came back from the world tour, starting from Helsinki, Finland, to Germany and the US and Australia and back. I'm so curious about life. I'm curious, as you said, beautifully said in your book, what if we change one thing and what's going to happen? So what if we change just a little bit of something in our heart, in our brain, about money, about life, about work? You know, things are going to unfold in very different ways. So I'm just curious about my life, and also I'm curious about other people's life. If they change one little thing, what's going to impact? And then they're going to have a totally different relationship, and they're going to have a totally different views on life. And I'm so excited about sharing these insights with people. And I've done that with Japanese people. Now I'm doing this in English-speaking countries. So I'm so happy. I'm curious how this one little ripple effect is going to impact.
Mm-hmm. You know, Ken, a lot of people are, especially with the chaos that's going on in the world, you know, so one day you're up, the next day you're down. One day you're having, you know, you're out there serving, you know, and helping other people. The next day you're like, I can't do anything, right? You know, it's just a lot going on. Do you think we need like books like yours, you know, on a regular basis, or now and then, or, you know, what do you know, in my take is we need inspiration a lot, but I'm wondering what your take is.
I think we need people, you know, we need inspiring people. And when we feel something went wrong, we need people to sit right next to us and just cuddle us and just listen to us. So we need people who care about us. And so In other words, we need to show our generosity and kindness to other people, even to strangers. And I think if we can do more within our families, within our communities, at our workplace, I think we can really see the big shift in the world. And a lot of chaos is happening, but at the same time, I've seen more generosity. I've seen more kindness, and a lot of more beautiful things. So I think at this time, a lot of people are courageous about their life. They're speaking out and about their wisdom, and also sharing their hearts. So I'm very positive about upcoming changes that we're going to experience.
Well, I noticed in the United States, we, for many reasons, there's been a lot of separation, a little divisiveness going on, and, things like that. And the media seems to pick up on that. But, the truth is, it seems like to me that we're moving from the generation of I, me, and mine to the next generation of we, us, and let's collaborate. It just seems like that's happening. Are you experiencing that too?
I think so. And I think that when you talk about division, say men, women, and somewhere in the middle too. So, if you just divide things, there are a lot of things are actually 2 or 3 or 4 parts. So we are attracted to a different kind. So, I talk about money personality types. We are attracted to different money type, So division is not necessarily bad, but because once we are separated, we feel this love for connection. So I think, for example, in a country like North America, you're probably separated. But, so in a way, it's like you're experiencing a divorce. And then, you're separated for a while. And then from whichever the side said, I miss being with you. So, there could be an interesting action. Like maybe, we've been separated for a few years or like 6 years. Yeah. Maybe we should get back, to the same house and see how we can make rules, how we can just talk, and then how can we just cooperate. So it's like marriage. I think U.S. is experiencing a little bit of separation for now, and then let's see what happens.
Well, listen, I got to take a quick break, but I want to take a deep dive into money because that's your expertise, and I want to talk a little bit about changing your relationship with money, maybe what that is, what the mindset is around that. So we'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back. We'll talk about that.
Do you have trouble hearing conversations? Are you constantly asking loved ones to repeat themselves? Do you miss out on discussions or talking with friends? Then you would benefit from Nano hearing aids. Don't waste thousands of dollars on expensive hearing aids or settle with the frustration of cheap amplifiers. Right now, you can get 2 revolutionary Nano CIC Recharge hearing aids, regularly $794 for just $297, or opt into our payment plan of 4 easy payments.
I love how affordable the Nano hearing aids are. Compared to some hearing aids, they're as much as $3,000, $4,000, $5,000.
Don't be fooled by higher-priced hearing aids. The CIC Recharge is a true hearing aid, not an amplifier. It has rechargeable technology that many customers say is superior to more expensive models.
Well, these Nano hearing aids are fantastic. They're affordable, they're easy to fit into the ear. And what really impressed me is I'm hearing things I haven't heard in years.
Our friendly operators are standing by to take your order.
800-416-7044.
The CIC Recharge offers superior noise reduction and a tiny in-the-ear canal design that is nearly invisible. Best of all, they are incredibly affordable. And if you call now, we'll add a portable charging case and ship your order absolutely free.
I love how they feel. They're very light. I don't even know they're there.
I've used other hearing aids before that were bulky. These are light and easy to use too.
Stop missing out on important conversations or wasting thousands of dollars on expensive hearing aids. Order now and you'll get 2 CIC Recharge hearing aids and a portable charging case for just $297. Or opt into our easy payment plan, and your order ships free. Supplies are limited, so don't delay. Better hearing is just a phone call away.
800-416-7044. Again, that's 800-416-7044.
If you're living with diabetes and using insulin, you know the pain of pricking your fingers over and over again. By wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you can reduce the pain of pricking your fingers right away. If you're testing your blood sugar 4 more times per day, injecting insulin 3 or more times per day, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetic Health Hotline today and learn about the latest CGM technology. Not only can a CGM immediately reduce pain, it's accurate, easy to use, and helps you make better diabetes treatment decisions. And if you have Medicare, you can get a new CGM at little or no out-of-pocket cost. We'll also provide free shipping of your new CGM, and we'll bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 4 more times per day and injecting insulin 3 or more times per day, or using an insulin pump, call now and learn how to receive your new continuous glucose monitor at little or no out-of-pocket cost.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call Low Cost Airlines. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call now.
Are you feeling stuck or in a holding pattern with your business or life, and you're not doing the things you want or love? Then at some point, you're going to be faced with a decision. You'll either choose to keep living in your comfort zone and risk a life of mediocrity, or increase your courage, step into your power, and forge into the unknown, where everything new becomes possible. If you're truly ready to live masterfully, then you need KenDFoster's newest book, The Courage to Change Everything, Strategies and Wisdom to Transform Your Life One Day at a Time. This powerful but simple guide provides you with 365 days of life-transforming wisdom, profound questions, and action steps that will increase your strength and open the doors to success. Stop wondering why your business or life isn't working. The answers are available now. Imagine if you had more courage or another chance to start following your dreams. To pick up your copy of The Courage to Change Everything, visit thecouragetochangeeverything.com. That's thecouragetochangeeverything.com.
All right. Well, welcome back, everybody. This is KenDFoster. I'm talking with Ken Honda. Us Kens need to stick together, you know. And we're we're talking about the courage to create more wealth and happiness in your life and relationship with money, Ken. That's a lot of people don't have a healthy relationship with money. Mm-hmm. Can you define unhealthy versus healthy for us?
I call it happy money or unhappy money. Happy money makes you smile when you receive it. So if people are doing what they love, that's happy money. So the money that it makes you feel good when you receive it, when you spend it, that is happy money. But on the other hand, 95% of us are experiencing unhappy flow of money, which is to make us feel irritated and frustrated when we receive a check. And then when we spend our money, when we pay bills, we feel sad or frustrated or squeezed. That's what happens. Unfortunately, unhappy money is everywhere. And it doesn't really matter how much you make or how much you have. Even though you have millions of dollars in your bank account, you could be still miserable. And on the other hand, you have only a few dollars in your pocket, but you could be the happiest man or woman in the world. So it's about how you relate to money. It's not how much you have.
So how do we change the relationship?
I think there are a few things you can do. The most simple one is what my mentor Wahid Takeda told me, to appreciate money. Just pull out your credit card or money from your wallet and just look at the money. And can you feel the appreciation because this money comes from somebody. Could be your client, could be your boss, could be your wife or husband or parents. Whoever gave this money, they did that because they thought you are the person to give the money to. So if you're a coach, they have chosen you out of thousands of choices. They trusted you, they chose you, they decided to pay the money. So can you feel the appreciation? Wow, it's a miracle that they chose me, they trusted me. So when you feel like the big energy, just wow, I'm thanking them so much because they did business with me. And when you just pay bills, can you feel all the love and the care that this electrician that came into your place? He or she may have taken 2 hours or 3 hours to install the cable or the lighting and the gas. So because of those people's support, we have electricity, we have gas, we have everything, well, internet in our house. So, wow, you may feel like this is expensive, but think about how many people are involved in this. Wow, I need to appreciate this more. So if you start appreciating what you have and whatever is done for you, you can feel the full of appreciation. And that appreciation erases all the anxiety and frustration that you have.
A lot of people in the United States, I know, have generated a lot of money under stress, under pressure, under, and of course, they do pay a price for this. How important is it around our attitude in creating, I would say, call it real wealth, right? Where we're all areas are working, right? So you have a good relationship with money, you have a good relationship with yourself, and on and on. Attitude, right? Is this really important? I mean, or is it just like, oh, okay, I need to stay in gratitude, or how does it impact the bottom line when you do this?
We tend to feel that things are not fair, and then we feel like we're missing something. So it's just a bad feeling that we're not getting enough attention, and it goes back to our childhood when we have siblings. We wanted our attention from our parents. Watch me, just look at me. But we feel like our government is not doing the right job, or the company, or we're not doing the right job, or the economy. Whatever the reason is, we feel like we are not getting paid enough, and the bills are mounting up. So we are drowning in the bills, and then drowning in this frustration. And there can be another way of living. And the another way would be to just do what you love more. And even though it's not 100%, if you're using your skills and who you are, you feel more excited about your life and work. And if you're just giving more of what you have and share with your clients and society, the money will come back to you. So if you're just helping other people and then helping your clients and others, so you're serving other people, so you feel good about yourself. If you're getting the money like that, you feel good about yourself, and your overall relationships will be good, so you feel good about life. But if you're just doing what you don't like, you just do that just to bring food on the table, that will make you feel miserable, that you feel like you're used or useless, and that goes back to a bad cycle. And then your relationship is not as beautiful as ideal. So your life will be deteriorating. So you have to change from somewhere, from complaints into appreciation. And it's just only one concept. Maybe there are more things to be appreciated than be complaining about.
Very good. So what I'm also hearing is, there's a piece there that when you increase your self-love, self-worth, you can also, it's tied into increasing your net worth.
Yes.
Is what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing. Accurate. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So personality types with money. I know you write about that. I'd love to hear your take on that. Yeah.
I have discovered over the years, especially in the conference room, when I help a wealthy family to file inheritance tax, when I was doing accounting many years ago, I realized that the family of 4, the father passed away, so the mother and 3 kids in the conference room. And I thought it's kind of weird because the first son, the eldest son, looks like a Wall Street type, a nice suit, and then, short haircut, and very businessman, very successful. And the second one is just a middle boy who looks like a hippie type. And the daughter looks very simple. She doesn't seem to be colorful with fashion, and very simple person. And mother is more of a luxurious type with a lot of jewelries and stuff. So these 4 people are brought up in the same household, but somehow look very different vibration. And I realized that we are brought up in a different way because of our money types. Some people end up being a spender. People love spending money. Others spend their money very carefully. They cut out coupons, so they're the saver types. They love saving money. And they are the gamblers. They are the money makers. They are the warriors. They worry about money all the time. My mother was like that. I was making a lot of money, but my mother still called me at the end of the month. Are you okay? Can you pay all the bills? And said, Mom, I'm okay. I can pay all the bills. And the next month, the same thing. So she always worries about money, worries about life. So there are so many different money types. And the irony and the fun part of this is that the opposite sides usually end up getting married. So I used to do a lot of money counseling for couples. And somehow the spender ends up getting married. They get married with gamblers and money makers. So money makers are attracted to spenders because she or he has a very fun, loving party lifestyle. And from the other side, he or she is capable of financing her or his luxurious life. So they they end up falling in love. But in 3 or 4 years, they realize that the moneymaker types think that if his or her partner keeps spending the money at that speed, they're never going to save enough. And the spender people think he or she spends too much time in the office. So that could be the source of divorce. So the same attraction, the same cause that will get them into love could be the same reason for the breakup. So these money types are so interesting. Unless you try to understand the other money types, you think you are right. You think you should spend the money. You think you should save the money. You think you should keep making the money. But unless you try to understand the other side of the money types, you usually go into a fight. And that is the irony of life.
I think with that, opposites attract, and being able to put yourself in each other's shoes and maybe bring more balance on both sides. Sometimes the spender is, of course, overspending sometimes, right? And the hoarder, or the saver, we'll call them the saver. The saver is oversaving. They're not going out and having fun and stuff. So they bring together in balance. How do we get to balance, man? How does that happen?
I think, Ken, you just asked the the deepest question, and I don't have the answer because spender people think they have a fear of missing out, so they want better thing, more thing, and newer things. and because they think that's life. Yeah. And the saver people think, hoarder people think security is the most important thing. So unless they change the constitution of their life, you cannot understand each other, because for each of them, a certain thing is the super most important thing.
Yeah. Well, it's part of my expertise. And one of the things, the first thing we do to change is we're doing it right now. You're talking about, we acknowledge it. We acknowledge this is who I am. We get to know ourselves and get to know our habits. And then we question, well, we all have seasons in life, just like we have seasons with money. And maybe earlier in the life, you were a spender. Great. But, maybe that season is past, and maybe that season needs to give way to, from the summer over to the fall for a while, let things fall apart and, go somewhere else. So that's how I've experienced it, and my clients have experienced it. And, but acknowledgement, like you're talking right now, we got to acknowledge it. We don't acknowledge it, we don't know it. Yeah.
Yes. So, and Ken, you're saying it so beautifully. And the people in their 20s have a different relationship with money from the people in their 60s. So as we grow, we have to change our gears. But a lot of people in their 60s, they are wishing they're in their 30s. So this gap also causes a lot of problems too.
Yeah. Would you say that it's personality causes most of the challenges with money? Is that what I'm hearing you say?
Yes, because for example, overspenders, they always worry about money too, because the newer car, new homes, new gadgets keep coming up in the market. So they always feel squeezed between how much money they make and how much money they spend. So certain money types have pros and cons. Money makers, they are drowning in the excitement of making money. So they think nothing is wrong because making money is fun, starting more business is fun, and growing is just part of the culture. So they cannot see the negative side of life, but as a fact, they're missing out a lot of fun stuff, which is just stay at home or just enjoy your garden or enjoy tranquility in your life.
Yeah.
So, but a lot of people don't know what they're missing because they have never experienced the other money types. So that's why I think we need a partner or friends who are exactly the opposite side, part. But as we were talking about the political division, we tend to think that our side is right, their side is wrong. So unless we grow out of this mentality that there's only one answer, actually there are many answers. And I think a mature way of handling is that this is how I feel. How do you feel? And then we can come up with the right answer together. We can co-create the answers. And I think this is happening globally. So nobody's right, nobody's wrong, but we can always talk and then create new answers. And I think the money types is the same. If we can blame each other for being right or wrong, but that doesn't bring anything, just bitter feelings.
It does bring bitter feelings. And, one of the other ways that you can do this, if you're a husband and a wife, is you can, if your wife's a saver, let's say, and you're a spender, you can maybe debate on her side, right? Just have a discussion with your right. And now, if you're the spender, you fight for being a saver. You have a debate around that, right? So see the other side of it.
Right.
But I think this is, when we learn how to debate, right? This is what we do. We can debate either side of an issue. Well, if you're just on one side of an issue, you're probably blind, at least in one eye, right? So
you're so right. You're so right. But unfortunately, the people who make money tend to have a bigger voice. So that is also a problem too. So if we can treat each other equally, we can come up with better answers. But under this society, I think people who are making money, or the breadwinners, they have bigger voices. So I think we have to change that as well.
Oh, we have to change that thinking. You know, it goes from a thinking of, you know, I'm so smart, it's all about me, I make all the money, to a thinking of, well, you know, I have my lifelong partner, my soulmate, my loving people in my life. How can I empower them? How can I help them to feel, you know, even greater connection with money, with me, with connection? It's all about connection. That's what I see. Ken, I got to take a quick break. I'll be right back. When we come back, you know, we've kind of danced around it and we've done a good job, but number 1 or 2 greatest success stoppers around creating wealth. Let's just do that. We'll be right back.
Hi, JJ's back because this is important. Do you know if your Medicare Advantage plan benefits are changing this year? Are your costs and copays going up? Is your doctor still covered? During the annual enrollment period, you can call to find out all the changes to your coverage. Plus, see if you're eligible for a plan with the benefit that adds money back to your Social Security check every month. AEP has a deadline, so don't delay. Call now.
I called to find a plan with lower copays and more dental coverage.
I called to see if my zip code has a plan with the benefit that adds money back to my Social Security check.
I called to make sure my doctors are still in my plan.
Extra benefits, extra money. Dynamite! AEP has a deadline, so don't delay. Call now.
Call 1-800-957-1821. That's 1-800-957-1821 now.
If you or a loved one developed ovarian cancer after using baby powder or talcum powder products, call now to see if you qualify for financial compensation. A major manufacturer of baby and talcum powder products has been found liable for $4.7 billion in damages because they knowingly sold products containing cancer-causing asbestos. There may be time deadlines, so don't wait. It costs you nothing if you don't win.
Call 800-555-1212.
Imagine this is your money and someone wants to take it from you. Who is it? The IRS. Guess what? They want your money and they can take it, all of it if they want. Remember, they sent you that letter right over here that said, hey, you owe us a bunch of cash and we're going to take it from you right now. So what do? You fight back by letting our team of experts work it out with the IRS so you can keep your money. And hey, we're good at what we do. When you hire us, you get a team of guys on your side that know the IRS laws, and we'll fight really hard to save your money. So if you owe the IRS a ton of cash and you want to keep it, call right now and learn for free how we can help you put it back in your pocket. 5 minutes of your time right now can save you thousands of dollars. And the best part, it's a free call, so please call right now.
Well, welcome back, everybody. We are talking about the courage to create wealth and happiness. I'm with Ken Honda. Ken is a best-selling author, worldwide, international best-selling author, and sold over 8 million books. Is it now, Ken? Something like that? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. And so if you don't know Ken, I'm glad to introduce you to him. All right. So maybe 1 or 2 or 3 of the big. This is the big ones. This is like the ones that stop you creating wealth time and time again. Maybe you have a stop-start patterns. You make money, you spend money, you make money, you spend money. What are these these patterns that we get hooked on, Ken?
I think, unfortunately, the more money we make, the more bills we have. It's just about how we live our life. The more expensive cars, more fancy clothes, more fancy everything. So the higher your income is, the more bills you get. So you have to understand this mechanism. So if you money problem has only two sides. You're making too little money or spending too much. So if you can just delay your gratification. So if you just, even if you make a lot of money, if you can wait till you just raise your standard, you probably have more money left. So by doing this, you understand how money works. And the more you give to the society, the more you receive. So focus on what you can give and focus on what you receive. So if you just are in the good flow, you have more money in your bank account and less worry at night. So you have to understand money EQ side more. It's not about your money intelligence. It's about how you relate with money. So unless you understand about your emotions around money, you will never find peace with money.
Well, 3 words come to my mind because I like to spend. It's resist, resist, resist. And that works. That works. It's creating a new habit of just resisting. So I really like what you said there. And, you know, we've got a lot of folks that are kind of a little concerned about what's going on in the, economy. We've got, we got rumors of recessions and rumors of, lots of change, wars and poverty and all this stuff. It's always been there, but it seems to be more in our face now. What do you say about, somebody that's trying to create wealth or trying to build maybe a portfolio and we got a recession coming? What's your thoughts with that?
So I've been teaching about this money EQ and visible assets, invisible assets. We've been focusing too much on visible assets, which is stock, money, and real estate. And we have believed that it will go up and up and up forever, but it doesn't happen. So it could crash, it could go down. So you have to forget about the strategy that worked over the last 3 decades. So I have experienced a bubble burst in Japan. It happened in my 20s. And for the past 30 years, our economy hasn't really grown. So I think the world is going to experience like that. And it's good for the planet because we will consume less. We'll consume less gas, energy. So this recession that we're going to experience, I believe, is good for our planet. So we have to learn how to live differently. So if you feel like you have to grow your money more, you have to be worth more. Just you got to take a look inside, and the more is better may not work in the coming years. So instead of going forward, you could look inward, and just find peace with who you are. So instead of just growing your portfolio, maybe you can find satisfaction with what you have. And so you take less risk. That might save you from potential loss. So you could look the other way around too.
In the United States, there's a lot of programming on TV. And the programming on TV, a lot of it is fear-based and tapping on what you just said. We don't have enough. You need this new dress to feel good. You need this new car to feel like you're somebody. You need the big house. And there's always more. It's just it's a mindset of more and more and more. And I really like what you said. At one point, is more what you want, or is it peace and happiness and a sense of tranquility in your life? I think that's what you're talking about here.
Right. And just enjoying peace doesn't cost you anything. So, you can take a walk by the river with your family. That could be the best memory that you could have. So you don't have to go to an exotic vacation costing thousands of dollars. The same thing, the beautiful memory stays in your heart. So we could be probably coming up with creative ways to feel more abundant without spending money.
That's really good. And I like what you said about the invisible assets. The first invisible asset I think about are my values, right? What do I value? I value truth. I value money, wealth. I value love. I value family. I value my my connection to God. Yeah, there's the things I value. And how does that align with just spending more and, you know, and doing more, as opposed to getting to know who we are? I know I've done this. And really reconnecting to ourselves. Is this part of making money, man? Is this part of the money game, would you say?
Yes. Yes. So I talk about invisible assets, and one of them is friends and trust. The reason why I'm not afraid of bankruptcy or money in the future, future money trouble, is that I realize that I have more than 50 friends who let me stay for a week. And so if I run out of money, I just knock on the door of my first friend and said, can I stay with you for 1 week? And then the second and the third. After 52 weeks, I come back to my friend number one. Hi, it's been a year. Hi, can I join you for a week? So I realized that I don't need money to feel secure. I have more than 50 great friends who are generous enough to let me stay at their house. So if I found out that I have more friends who just make sure that I'm okay, I don't need a lot of money in my bank account. So this realization is almost like an enlightenment. I don't need any visible assets to feel secure. I feel so secure because of my love, my connection with my friends and clients. So with this recession time, we're going to experience a lot of fear. But instead of trying to rely on what we have in our bank account, we should rely on our friends and family members. And so the best way is to start taking your friends out for dinner and lunch and make sure that they're going to be great house guests, households for you in the future. Yeah. So
I love it.
That's what I think.
I love what you're saying. And, you know, what you're saying is, you know, go out and find your friend and be a service to your friend. Go be a service. Go help your friend. Take him to, like you said, to lunch or dinner, or just ask him, how can I be a service to you?
Yeah.
Somebody once told me, hey, Ken, you know, if you want to make more money, be a service to more people.
True.
It was that simple.
Yes. And the connection, the human connection is what makes you feel so happy and so secure. Yeah. So please don't rely on bank accounts, numbers, and real estate. Please rely on people's generosity.
Yeah. Well, in the United States, I was working with the lady in the United States here, and she's running a shelter for homeless people. And I asked her, I said, why are people homeless? And she said, well, a lot of people think it's drugs and alcohol and mental illness, right? Yeah. Did we share this already?
No.
No. Okay. It's mental. Okay. Drugs, alcohol, and mental illness. But she said, that's not why people are homeless. She said, most people are homeless because they lost their connection to family, to community, to their church, to their friends. That's why so many people are homeless. And I went, the light bulb went out. Yeah, of course. This is what Ken's talking about. Yeah.
Exactly. So we don't need money. We need people who care about you. So if you feel like you have more than enough, I want you to start sharing what you have. Could be money, could be your kind words. But I think that that's what we need to help one another.
Yeah. You know, in the United States, we have a lot of people that are homeless and they're on the streets here. And, you know, I personally make it a practice to connect with them and look them in the eye and just talk with them, right? I mean, we could do just little things like that. You know, sometimes I give them money and sometimes I don't. But it's that connection that people want. That's what you're talking about.
Yes, Ken, I'm so proud of you. You're such a beautiful human being. And we need more of somebody like you who genuinely care.
Well, listen, I didn't start out a beautiful human being. I started out with a mindset that was all about me. But somewhere along the line, I realized that didn't work. That doesn't work. And, you know, and we all have that in us. We're all connected. You know, you and I just finished the Oneness Summit, the Global Oneness Summit.
Yes.
And that summit is really out there right now because there's a need for us to reconnect with one another. And, you know, and share what we have with one another.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, and it's amazing how it's all connected because we're talking about it. If you want to have more money, be a greater service. Get Ken's book, by the way. Don't forget to get the book. No, truly, because this changes the mindsets. And if you can change your mindset and get out of your programmed maybe society or family dynamics or community dynamics, but you start to reprogram your thinking into a thinking of oneness, then your life can change and you will have more wealth in all areas. And you may simplify your life like a lot of us have done. You just simplify. It doesn't mean you let go of everything. You simplify. Right? Yeah. All right, Ken. Let's see. We've got oh man, come on, this went like this. We've got 2 minutes left. All right, final thoughts, Ken.
Ken, once again, I so appreciate you for having me again and again. This means a lot to me. I have been very happy in Japan, but my friend Janet Atwood, the creator of the Passion Test, said, Ken, you got to get out of here, get out of the small country. So I'm just experiencing so much joy in sharing what I know about happy money and the Zen practice so people can find peace and happiness within themselves. And it doesn't really matter how much you have or how much you make. It's very simple and easy. It doesn't cost you anything. Just find yourself in appreciation. And I think, Ken, you are somebody like that who's already practicing happy money principles. So I'm so happy to find somebody like you on the planet. And I understand why you're so successful, because your heart goes out to so many millions of people. So I'm here to serve. So in the future, if I have an opportunity to meet you, I look forward to the day. So until then, please have a great life. Life is to be enjoyed. It's not made for suffering.
Words of wisdom. Thank you. Thank you, Ken Honda. And of course,
thank
we
you.
look forward to having you back again next year in the beginning of our year so that we can kick off this new year with more happy money and happy thoughts.
All right. Thank you, Ken, and everybody.
All right, man. We'll see everybody. Thank you so much for being here, Ken. I love it. All righty. And I want to thank all of you for joining us today. That was brilliant, brilliant. You can get all of Ken's information and his books at KenHonda.com, KenHonda.com. You can also just Google him. You know, you can Google and find him on Amazon and find him all over the place. So he's all over. His books are amazing. And as you just heard, he's got a mindset of wealth. So if you want to have more wealth in your life, surround yourself with individuals that have mindsets of wealth. If you do, you will change and you will grow and you will develop and you will evolve into this beautiful being. And at one point, you'll look back and you'll think to yourself, I've become who I've always wanted to be. From my heart to yours, keep on seeing the unseeable and know the unknowable and do the impossible and look for voices of courage around the world. You can find us, of course, on voicesofcourage.us, or just tell Alexa, Cortana, Siri to play Voices of Courage podcast. It'll come up and you'll get all of our amazing shows. Till next time.